Hello, and welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. I am your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor of the Tenkar's Tavern blog, Discord server, Meme group, Facebook group, Twittering, and Instagram. So, a few things. I've gotten some feedback on the new mic. It's all been 2 thumbs up, so thank you. I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate all the feedback that you all give. It really helps. I can only improve this podcast with you. You know, it really, it's what it comes down to. If you want to leave a voicemail, you can do it through the Anchor app. You can leave an email at tencards.tavern@gmail.com. You can even call the Google number 347-509-5168. As Rach was nice enough to point out to me, the 5168 was my old Shield number as a sergeant. So, there you go. I should remember that. I had no clue. Go figure that one out. So, today, although I did get some feedback on Facebook about yesterday's podcast about D&D for Dems, which came down to pretty much, well, if they're going to use it, then the Republicans should use it. I think nobody should be doing it, all right? It doesn't help. Politics divides. It does not bring people together. Gaming, however, can bring people together. But that leads me to another point. There is an individual in the community at large, and I say at large because I don't really know quite where they peg themselves into the community, but they have decided that they, because they are published and have a small following, are going to speak for the silent majority of OSR gamers and endorse a presidential candidate. And listen, that's a crock of shit. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, folks, and this is important. Guess who can talk for the OSR? You. Only you. You can talk for yourself as a gamer and say what your preference is, what you like, what you don't like, whatever. I can suggest that you go out and vote. And I will suggest that. If you have any interest in the future of this country and you are an American citizen and you're listening to this podcast and you're at least 18 years of age, cast a fucking vote. Okay? Don't be apathetic. I don't care who you vote for. I really don't care who you vote for. It's important that you take part in the process because remember, the U.S. is not a democracy. We always say, oh, it's a democracy. No, it's not a democracy. It's a republic. It's a democratic republic. We elect representatives that are, in theory, supposed to act upon our wishes, right? Because we elected them, or at least the wishes of the majority. But then you don't want a tyranny of the majority. So you have to protect the rights of the minority, which is where the Electoral College comes into play. And things like the filibuster rule in the Senate, it protects the rights of the minority. Right? And I think that's always important to think about. But when you're speaking for yourself, you're speaking for a person of one. Now, your voice may impact others and it may inspire others and it may piss off others, but you talk and speak for yourself. The OSR does not have a leader. Okay? I don't know of any gaming segment that has a leader. Well, maybe Fate, Fred Hicks, he published the game, right? You know, he's the main man behind Fate, so maybe you could say that. But the OSR is so many rule sets. It is so many personalities. It is so many ways to play and things to focus on. And no, we don't have a leader. You might have many tent poles. You might have many banners being waved. I think the tavern certainly waves a banner, and I'm certain that a segment of the community identifies with the tavern, but that does not make me the leader of the OSR. I'm not the spokesperson for the OSR, and nor is anybody else. We never sat around a table and said, hey, you know what? We need a leader. Because here's the problem. The OSR is very much like herding cats, if you've ever heard that expression. And it's many people with different goals and different aims, but with a common theme. Old school gaming, right? The old school Renaissance, games that harken back to when we came into gaming in the 70s and 80s. And that's what it's about. It's not about politics. And if you think it's about politics, if you think that gaming is politics, my opinion, you're a fucking tool. You're an asshole. You know, you're a fucktard. Or any other, words that come into your head. And if you think you can speak for me or anybody else because, quote, you're published, no, you can't. Because, again, in this case, you're a fucktard and, dare I say it, an attention seeker. And that's why you're not being named. People who listen to this podcast, some of them will go, I know exactly who Eric is talking about. And you know what? You're probably right. You are probably right. But I'm not going to give them the attention that they seek because they are so fucking desperate for it. And that's a shame. I really do think that there's some kind of a mental illness going on for the attention seeking. But hey, what can I tell you? Folks, we're in the midst of a pandemic. Here's something I haven't mentioned, but since we're talking about voting, all right? In my case, Rich and I, we live in New York State. I have congestive heart failure. I'm a type 2 diabetic. These are two huge risk factors. I'm trying to lose weight. I have lost weight. I'm probably down 25, 30 pounds since the last convention you might have seen me at. But I can still probably lose another 20 to 30 pounds, and then I'll be good. But we are at risk. Okay? So what I did in New York State is I requested mail-in ballots, and I received them last week. We'll probably fill them out this coming week and mail them back. If you live in a state, some states I know are doing vote by mail. They're automatically mailing everybody a mail-in ballot, and that's the case in your state. Make sure you look for it. Make sure you expect. Don't be like me and just take your fucking mail and pile it up for weeks on end because you get all your bills electronically anyway, and what the fuck is coming in the mail, right? Rachel's laughing because I do this for months on end at some point. Bags and bags of fucking mail, and I gotta go searching through it for like 3 or 4 pieces of valuable mail that I got in the last 3 or 4 months. You can't do that in this case. Like I said, it is your responsibility to vote. If they are sending this to you unsolicited, be on the lookout for it. If you're like Rich and I, we requested it. I was looking for it, okay? And I got it. We got it for us. Keep an eye out for it. If you're going to vote in person, remember the key is social distancing, wear a mask. I would say bring a hand sanitizer with you, clean your hands beforehand and afterwards. Common sense precautions. But yes, vote. Okay? Don't listen to any jackass who tells you how to vote. I'm saying vote. Be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice, and I will talk with you all, God willing, tomorrow. Later, folks.